Hello guys, welcome to another video in the series of coding. Today we're going to solve the problem. It's called pattern matching KMP algorithm. So you're given two strings. One is a text string and other is a pattern string. So you have to print the indices of all the occurrences of pattern string in the text string. Okay, let's try to take an example to understand this. Okay, let's say you have to find the string ABAC. Okay, and this is the pattern that is there, and you have to find it in some particular string that is given to you, right? So some text is given. Let's say the text that is given is something like this: A C B A B A B A C, something like this. Okay. In this case, you have to find out where can you get the A B A C, right? So what will you do? The naive or the brute force searching algorithm is very simple. So you take A B A C, you compare with these four characters, right? For example, first characters match, but here C and B don't match. So in this case, what will you do? You will try to compare these four again with these four. In this case, first characters itself don't match, so again you will try to compare these four with these four. So in this case also first characters don't match, so you will go forward, you will try to compare these four with these four. First characters are matching but second characters are not matching, right? So in this case, this is also not the answer, so again you will try to compare these four with these four. So first characters are matching, second characters are matching, third characters are matching, but fourth character is not matching. Okay, so now what you will do, you will again try to compare the next string. So even the first characters are not matching. Okay, again you will try to compare these four characters. This time all the four characters are matching. So this is the naive algorithm which we just saw. And what is the time complexity of the naive algorithm? So basically you are moving over all the indices, and here also you are moving over all the indices, right? So the time complexity will be almost n into m. Okay, why almost n into m? Because you are not actually going up till the last character, because there are four characters are not here, so you will stop here, right? So it will be O of n minus m plus 1 into m, where this size is n, this size is m. Okay, but just to approximate, right, it will be O of n into m. Okay, almost. So in this case, this is the brute force approach. So obviously we need to have an algorithm which is better than this. So we have an algorithm which is called the KMP algorithm, which does the pattern searching very easily, and that does it in O of n plus m time itself. So how is it able to improve the time complexity to such an extent? Okay, so let's see that. So let's see what is the KMP algorithm. So to understand KMP algorithm, there is one prerequisite. You need to understand one concept which is called longest prefix, that is also a suffix. Okay, so when we saw this particular example, whenever I was equal to this index, right, and in this case we are trying to match B. So what we did, we went at this previous index 2 and we tried to match the character at index number 2, which is B, and B was matching with B. So we just incremented 2 plus 1 and made this 3, because two characters were already matching and you just found one more character that had to match. So which meant that three characters have started matching. So A, B have started matching with A, B. So that's why the answer for this is 3. Okay. So that case, right? So in this particular case, after you exit, you can either exit because J is 0, or you can exit when pattern of J is equal to pattern of I. So if pattern of J is equal to pattern of I, so in that case, what are you going to do? In this particular case, you have to just increment J and then assign that value to the particular LPS array, right? So LPS of I will become equal to J, as simple as that. Whenever they are matching, right? For example, in this case it got matched, so 2 plus 1 is 3. So in this case, J was 2, you incremented it, made it 3. So you just assign that value 3 to your current LPS value. Okay, there can be one more case. Why we are doing this is because there can be one more case when J is equal to 0, right? So for example, J is equal to 0. In this particular case, when we took this particular value, right, when we took this particular value for I, so what did we do? What are we actually doing? We know that three characters are matching because we went to the previous value and we saw that three characters are matching. A B is equal to A B, so we went to the position number 3. Okay, from the starting the index number 3, this is A, and we tried to see whether A is matching with C or not. So in this case, A and C are not matching. So what did we do? Because A and C are not matching, now your J changes. What was your J? J was 3. J was 3 because the value here was 3. But now A and C are not matching. So you change your J. What do you make your J? You make your J to the previous value of the J. So J is equal to LPS of J minus 1. That is what we are doing. Because A and C are not matching, you try to see if something is matching from here. So you change your value from j to LPS of j minus 1, which is what we are doing here. We change the j value, right? When they are not matching, we try to see if there is some other match. So we change the value. So LPS of j minus 1 is what? In this case it is 0, right? So j is equal to 3, LPS of 2 is 0. So you try to see whether, now you try to see whether 0 has become your current j. So j is 0. So now you will go at position number 0. You will try to see again whether a and c are matching or not. Now they are not matching, right? So whenever j becomes 0 also you will exit, because after 0 there is before 0 there is no index at all, right? So in this case, when j becomes equal to 0, in that case also you will exit. So now you have this condition. Now A is also again not matching with C. This condition will not get fulfilled. So you simply assign 0, right? So LPS of I will become equal to J, which is 0 in this particular case. So this is how you build the LPS array, right? This is how you build the LPS array. That this is the code for building the LPS array. Once you build the LPS array, okay, there are two ways in which now you can do the pattern matching algorithm. So what are the two ways? Okay, one way is going to be very simple, right? One way is, I'll tell you what is that. So let's say you have some simple, let's say you have let's say you have to match this pattern BATBA. Okay, let's say you have to match this pattern in this big array. Okay, let me just take some array BAXTBATB. Okay, let me just take a simple array. You have to try to match this pattern here. Okay, one way is very simple. So what you are going to do, you are simply going to attach these two strings and then attach any character which is not existent. For example, many people take hash. So for example, take the character hash. So what you're going to do, this is your pattern. You have to find this pattern in this string. So what you do, you attach this pattern. So let me take this pattern, let me cut it out and let me attach it to my string in which I have to find the pattern, and let me add one additional hash symbol in between. Why am I doing this? Okay, we'll see why am I doing this. You can take any other character also which is not a part of any of these characters. Okay, and now let me do one thing. Let me try to build the LPS array. So this is one way. Okay, so let me try to build the LPS array now. So this was our pattern and this was our string. We have just attached them together and in between we have put a symbol. Now let us try to quickly build the LPS array for this entire string, and that will give us our answer. Okay, this is one way to find out whether a string is present or not. So let us build the LPS array. So initially for the first character it is 0. For the next character also it is 0. A is not matching with B, right? So it is 0. In this case also B is not matching with T. So it is 0. In the next case B is matching with B. So in this case the LPS array will be 1. Okay, in this case A is matching with A. So in this case what will be the LPS array? So BA is matching with BA. Already B and B were matching. You are trying to compare A and A. They are also matching. So in this case the answer is 2. Okay. Okay, so this was the LPS array. This is how you build the LPS array. But what you are interested in, you are trying to find out whether this pattern exists here or not. So you will try to build the LPS array for this particular string. Okay, for this case anyway the answer will be 0. After here on the answer will be 0. Okay, now you will compare B and B. The answer is 1. Now you will compare A and A. So it's matching. So the answer is 2. Okay, so now you will compare. Now you will compare X and T. They are not matching, right? So in this case, X and T are not going to match. So in this case, what will be your LPS array? It will be 0. X and T are not matching. So in this case, what you will do? You will try to go to the previous position, which is 0. And you will try to compare whether B and X are matching. They are also not matching. So you will make this value as 0. Now T is also not matching with B. So in this case, you will make value as 0. Now in this case, B is matching with B. When B is matching with B, so the value is 1. B is matching with A, next time value is 2. T is matching with T, next time value is 3. B is matching with B, the value is 4. A is matching with A, value is 5. So you have built the LPS array, right? Now when you have built the LPS array, how many times will your count be equal to 5? 5 is the length of the pattern, right? So whenever your length of the pattern, which is 5, okay, is equal to this particular position, right? So in this particular case, when it is equal to 5, which is equal to the length of the pattern, you know that you have found a pattern here. Okay, this is where the pattern is. So this is one way to do string searching. Okay, so we'll see this way and then we'll see another way. So let's take one more example quickly. Let's say you have to simply find the pattern AAA. Okay, and you have to find it in another string, that is for example triple AAA. Okay, something like this. How many times are you able to find this A here? You will be able to find a lot of times, right? Here, 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 here. So let us see how we are able to get our answer. So we will quickly build the LPS array. It is 0 here, it is 1 here because A and A are matching, and then again this A and this A are matching, so answer is 2. Now in this case answer is 0. In this case answer is again 1 because A is matching with A. Okay, in this case answer is 2 because A is matching with A. In this case again A is matching with A, so answer is 3. Okay, now so in this case, now when we have to find the value for this particular character, what are you going to do? You are going to look at index number 3. So you go and look at index number 3. Now obviously hash will not match with this because we chose a character itself that is not going to match. Okay, we chose a character that is different from all other characters. So when this case happens, what are you going to do? You are going to go to the previous character 2. So now you will compare the character at index number 2. Now A is matching with A, right? So in this case j is equal to 2 and you have found the match with this case. So you will exit out of the loop and you will increment your j and you will put that as the answer. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So you will put 3 as the answer. 2 plus 1 is 3. So you will put 3 as the answer. Okay. 3 is the answer for this case. Now let us go to this particular index. Now in this particular index, what you will do? You will again look at index number 3. Okay. So index number 3. Now hash is not matching with this. Okay, that is why we chose this hash, right? It's a character which is different from all other characters. So at index number 3, hash is not matching with your A. So what you will do? You'll go to the previous value, which is 2. So now you will go to the index number 2. Now at index number 2, you will compare whether this A is matching with this A or not. Now in this case, A and A are matching. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So again the answer in this case will be 3. Okay, again the answer will be 3. Similarly for this A, right, what you will do? Again you will go to index number 3. You will do the same thing. Hash and hash are not matching, so you will go to index number 2. Now 2 and this A are matching, so the answer will be 2 plus 1, which will be 3 for this case. Suppose after this you had some B, right? In that case what will happen? In that case you will compare this B first of all with this hash, because you have to compare with the index number 3. So this hash and hash are not hash and B are not matching, right? So in this case what you will do? You will go to the previous character 2. Now you will compare with the character 2. Now A and B are also not matching. A is not equal to B. So in this case what you will do? Again you will go to the previous character. So 1. So 1. Now you are comparing A with this B. You will compare A with this B. Again at index number 1 also the character A is not matching with B. So what you will do? You will go to the previous character, which is 0. Now I will compare A and B. Again they are not matching. Again they are not matching. So in this case, when it is 0, you will stop and the answer will simply be 0. Okay, answer will simply be 0. So this is how, whenever you have the answer 3, right, that many times you know that you have found your pattern that you were looking for, because whenever you have answer 3, that means you have found this block. When you have answer 3, again you have found this block A, right? Again when you have answer 3 here, you have found this block which is A. Again when you have 3, you have found this particular block A here. So 4 times you have 3, that means 4 times you have this pattern here, and you can do all of it in O of n plus m time complexity itself. Okay, so this is one way of finding the pattern. We'll also look at another way of finding the pattern again. So first let us code this. Okay, so in this case what you will do, let's take a total string. So total string is what? Your total string is pattern plus, let's take a character, let's say hash, and then you take the string which is text. Okay, take the string text. Now you are going to build the LPS array for this. Okay, you are going to build the LPS array for this particular case. So I have given pattern, right? I have given pattern. Okay, this was one way to build the LPS array. This is when we build the LPS array for the pattern. Now we will build the LPS array for the string total. Okay, and this is one way of finding out the answer. Okay, this is one way, but we have one more way. We have one more way of finding out the answer. And what is that way? Okay, that way, suppose you don't want to use this way, you still have one more way, right? And what is that way? Let me see. So suppose you want to find AAA pattern and you have the string AAAAB. Okay, so you have to find out. So there will be 2 times when this pattern is going to appear. So what are you going to do? What you will do in this case, you will take both the strings. So you will take the string which is text, you will take the string which is pattern, and now you will build the LPS array only for the pattern, right? Only for the pattern. And in this case, what is the LPS array? It will be 0 1 2, right? So you have the text string, you have the pattern string. Now you will compare first value with the first value, right? Compare first value with the first value. It is matching, right? These two are matching. So now you'll compare the next value with the next value. Okay. Again, now in this case, these two are matching, right? These two are matching. So you will compare the next value with the next value. Again, in this case, these two are matching. So you have found the pattern one time. Okay. Now again, what you will do, so you have found the pattern here, right? You have found the pattern because these three are matching with these three. You have reached the end and you have found the pattern. So you have found the pattern one time. Next time when you want to compare, you will not again start from this index. You will not again compare triple A and triple A like this. Why you will not compare? Because it will be a waste of time complexity, right? You have already compared and you have already compared three characters. Now you want to compare fourth character. You don't want to go back again as the naive searching algorithm and compare the three characters again. You don't want to compare from these again. You already know that these two characters are going to match. So you have to just check for this character. So what you will do in the LPS array, you will look, right? So see, we already compared three characters. Three characters are matching. Okay, we have found our match. So now we will look in the LPS array. In the LPS array, you know that two characters are okay. You know that you have to go at the second character now. You have to go at the second index. Okay, so now in the LPS array, you will go at the second index and you will compare it with this character. So this character is matching with this character, right? Already two characters were matching. Already A was matching with AA. Already A was matching with AA. So in this case, now since this A and this A are also matching, so in this case, you know that this triple A is also matching with this triple A. You didn't compare these both characters again. You didn't compare these two again. You only and only compared this character. You already knew that two characters are matching from the LPS array. You already know that these two characters are matching. You need not compare them again because already from the LPS array, when you had seen, you knew that these characters were matching. You knew two characters are matching. So you'll just compare these two characters now. These two are also matching, luckily for us. So in this case, you know that third character is also matching. So this block is also found and two times you have found the pattern. Okay, so that is why whenever you are doing the iteration, you are never going to go back and repeat the iteration. You are always going to go forward. That is why it is O of n plus n, because you are just traversing the strings once. Okay, so that is the simple logic. Now you will go to the next character. Now you will try to see if it is matching, right? So you will look at the pattern means two. So you know that two characters are matching. You have to just compare this character A with this B, but unfortunately it is not matching. It's not matching. So in this case you will see if the character 1, if that is matching or not. So you have to go at the character index 1. Again, this is also not matching. So now you will try to go at character number 0. Now this is also not matching. So in this case you will just say that there is no match at all. Okay, you have reached the end, there is no match at all. So there are two times in which you found the block AAA and AAA. So this is also one way. There are two ways, right? Either you apply the KMP algorithm like this, okay, or you use this method. Okay, so we'll see both the methods. You can either insert hash and then simply build the LPS array and find the pattern. Okay, or you can iterate like this and use the LPS array only on the pattern and try to find out the answer. So we will see this. Okay, so we'll see this method later. Okay, we'll see this method later because we have built the LPS array for the pattern. So let's continue with this method. So in this case, you are going to first of all compare the elements uh, of the text that is given. Okay, so let me take the size of the text. Okay, so int n is equal to text dot size, for example text dot size. Now while I is less than n. Okay, so the first condition is very simple. If for example I also have to take I and j, so I is 0, j is 0. Okay, now if pattern of I, okay, sorry, pattern of j is equal to text of, okay, is equal to text of I. So in this case, when the characters are equal, you can just keep moving forward. Very simple condition. When the characters are equal, just keep moving forward. That's it. Okay. Now, when you keep moving forward, and after you have exhausted this condition, if you have found all the characters, what will happen? Whenever you find all the characters, right, and you are still within this condition, so when you have found all the characters, means your j will become equal to m. Okay, m will be pattern dot size. M will be pattern dot size. Okay. So if j has become equal to m, in that case what you have to do, in the question what are they asking? You have to take the string from the index number 1. So what we will find? We will find here, right? We will find j to be on t, but we want to find the j to be on b, right? So what will be the value of your j? Your j will B in this case, j will become equal to 3. J will become equal to 3, but you want to return 1. Okay, so you have to take, okay, so in this case, you have to push back in your answer, vector int answer. Okay, so you have to push back in your answer because you have found the pattern, but here in this question they've just complicated the question a little bit. You have to simply not return the count, you have to return the starting index also. In this case our j has become equal to 3 because 3 characters are matching with this, right? And j is 3, but you have to return 1, so you have to go back n minus 1 times. Okay, m minus 1 times, m is equal to 3, right? So you have to go back 3 times. So answer dot pushback, so j minus, okay, so you have to go m minus 1. So what is your j? Your j is 3. And what is your m? M is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So 3 minus 2 will become equal to 1. So you have to return 1 as the answer. They have just complicated the question, but basically this logic is very simple. If they are trying to tell count, right, then simply you can just increase the count here, okay? But they have not asked us to return the count. They have asked us to return the index at which it is starting. So you have to do this. Now, also in this case, you have to, again for the next iteration, you can make your j equal to LPS of j minus 1. Now else, you will enter into the else condition. Okay, this condition was simple. Whenever your pattern is matching with the text, you can keep incrementing your I, you can keep incrementing your j. Okay, so that is a simple condition. Now else condition is, in this case, if, okay, in this case when your pattern is not matching with the text of I, so in that case you have to iterate on your LPS array. Okay, so if for example pattern of j is not equal to text of I. Okay, so in this case what you have to do, in this case you have to okay, you have to first of all check the condition. If j is equal to 0, if j is equal to 0, you cannot do anything, right? Even if the first character is not matching, just increment your I, right? There is no other condition thing that you can do. Otherwise you have a scope, right? Otherwise you have a scope, because in this case what you can do, you have already built the LPS array, so you will try to see if, for example, when this AA was here, right, with AA, okay, so in this case you have to, you don't have to compare these two blocks again. You can just compare this character with this character, right? So this, so similarly that is the thing. So we will just shift our LPS, so j will just become equal to LPS of j minus 1, so that you can shift your LPS and you can find out the answer if it is matching, right? So that is a simple condition. Okay, so I hope that this should work fine, and you can finally return answer. Okay, and return answer. So let me try to see if it's working. Okay, there is some problem. I've given j here. I should have given I. Okay, so let me try to run and see again if it's working. Yeah, it's working fine. Let me submit and see if it's working. Yeah, so it's working fine. Okay, so this is one way of writing the algorithm, but we can also use this way, right, which we discussed. So instead of using this way, if you don't want to use this way, right, if you don't want to use this way, there's also one more way as we discussed. So you can take a string